bro, audio check பண்ணிக்கலாமா ஒரு வாட்டி லாஸ்ட் டைம் இப்போ ஆடியோ விசிபிளா வருமா வராதா? ஓகே, நான் சும்மா ஜஸ்ட் நான் டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்குறேன். எப்படி வருது எனக்கு வாட்ஸ்அப் அனுப்புறது. Good morning, Harish. Is my audio clear now? Harish, is my audio clear? Yeah, okay, fine. I will just increase my volume just a minute. Is it okay, Harish? Now is the audio okay? Fine. Yeah, thank you. So I'll just go on mute for some time. We will start the session by 10:15. So by the time I will be just put myself on mute. Good morning to everyone. So today what we are going to see on Student Awareness Program Part 8 is that we are going to discuss on Java development tutorial. So already we have done a webinar on Java so that you can check in our channel for that particular video where we have discussed about Java's fundamentals in deep. So today we are going to see sample programs on Java. So how we are going to develop Java programs. So we are going to see some tutorials in Java. So before getting into tutorials, I would like to start with a brush up session of Java so that we can revise once again how Java is been working, how it is being found, all those things. So we'll be looking into those part quickly. Then we'll get back to our development part. So introducing myself, my name is Ashok Raj and I have 10 years of IT experience, which is combining of 9 years of Java, and also I am running my own IT solutions in the name of King Phonics. So that is my brief introduction. So I will be the one who will be running through this particular session. So now what we are going to do is that now we are going to have a brief introduction on Java, how it all came to be. Fine. So the most important key point of Java is that it is platform independent language. So whenever I say platform, it means the operating system. So what is called operating system? So whenever you buy any particular computer or laptop or a mobile, it is going to have a operating system. So that is kind of a heart for your computer. So whatever program you do, it is going to be executed on or with the help of operating system. So whenever we use C, C++ or any programming language that came prior to Java, they are all platform dependent. So what is meant by platform dependent? That means a software which is developed on Windows might not work properly on Linux or Mac. It is also vice versa. Whenever your software is developed on Linux, it might not work properly on Windows or Mac. So what happened because of that? They need to develop the software multiple times based on multiple OSs. So that increases development cost, that increases required time. So to all those things, they came up into a new topic called as platform independent. So according to platform independent concept, whenever a application is being developed on a Windows OS, it must run properly on other operating systems also. So Java is the first programming language which came up with this particular concept of platform independent. So whenever you develop a Java application on Windows, it can run as same as in Windows in Linux also. It can also run as same as in Mac also. So that is the facility of Java, and that is not only the facility, that is the beauty of Java. So now we are going to see how Java was able to attain this particular property. The important core component of Java is called as JVM, which can be called as Java Virtual Machine. So this component is the one which enables this platform independent feature. So how it is enabling? So that is very simple. So whenever you install Java in any system, it can be Windows, Mac or Linux, it can be anything. Whenever you install Java, along with Java, a JVM will be installed on top of the OS. And whenever a Java application is being executed, JVM is the one which is going to execute the Java application, not the OS. So that a JVM is present on top of all operating systems so that a Java application can run seamlessly on all JVMs. So it looks like it is running on operating system, but it is not actually running on operating system. It is running on JVM. JVM is the one which is running on operating system. So this is how JVM provides platform independent feature for Java. And there are two more components we have additionally. One is called as JDK, another one is called JRE. So first let us see what is JRE. JRE means Java Runtime Environment. So Java Runtime Environment is the one which is controlling the JVM on overall. So it provides a environment where your Java application can run. So it helps JVM to talk with operating systems. So whenever it needs any functionality for our operating system, so JVM enables that particular options. Then coming to JDK. JDK is nothing but it is Java Development Kit. So that is what today we are going to see. So Java Development Kit is used to develop Java applications. It enables developers to create Java applications seamlessly. So that is what today we are going to see. Then these things are all already covered in our webinar on Java, so that you can take a look on that video. So now we are coming to career in Java. So why Java is being coined very important programming language that is to be learned by most of the programmers. So Java is been dominating the development market for more than a decade. So why is that reason? There are two important reasons for that. Java is the first programming language which supports complete OOPS programming system, that is object oriented programming system. So why that particular model is important? The reason is that very simple. The reason is very simple. Using OOPS concept, you can reuse your code. So whatever code that is being written for some other application can be reused for another application without any modification. So that it reduces the development cost. So that is one important reason. And another reason is that Java is the first platform independent language. So that is why it is been on the market so violently. And now whenever you study Java, what are the career opportunities you might get? First and foremost highlighted opportunities, Android development. So you might ask me how Java is related to Android. Android is not a programming language. Android is a operating system where on this operating system you write Android applications using Java programming language. So there is no programming language called Android programming language. So whenever you want to write any Android application, you need to write it on Java. That is why it is called as Android development. So Java is a very core component of Android development. Next we have embedded programming or embedded developer. So what is called embedded developer? So you might have seen nowadays all televisions, all even in your kitchen where if you see you have ovens, everything is controlled by embedded softwares. So those embedded softwares are also mostly written on Java. Then network application developments. So network application development means any device which is going to have a network capability, that is sending and receiving network packets. So those applications can also be developed on Java. And another most important thing, which is an unavoidable software nowadays used on all IT industries, is testing tool. Whenever a software company develops a testing tool, before submitting the software to the client, they use some sort of testing tools to test the software. So what this testing software does is, it gives a random input to your developed application and checks whether proper output is received or not. And those kind of tools are also developed using Java. So if you want an example, you can just Google JUnit. That is one of the mostly used testing tools. And enterprise applications. So enterprise applications in the sense application which can accumulate or which can accompany more number of users and complex processes can be developed using Java, because Java is a well supported language for multi-threading. That is why we go for enterprise applications on Java, especially whenever you take any enterprise application developed by IBM, there you can see the flavor of Java. And desktop applications are nothing but small scale applications also can be developed by Java. If you go and check in any supermarkets or any garment store, they will have a building software or any kind of ERP to manage their accounts. There also you will be seeing Java implemented there. So Java is spreaded everywhere all around the globe. That is why Java becomes very important programming language in computers, in IT technology. So this is a brief introduction and the importance of Java. Now we are getting to actual development of Java. So today we are going to see few programs, how we can easily develop some Java applications, and also we are going to look into some key components about Java. So Now I am going to shift my screen from PowerPoint to Netbeans. So Netbeans is the tool which I am going to use to develop Java applications. So if you ask me a question, is it only possible to develop Java on Netbeans? I will say no, because Java can be developed even using your normal notepad. So Java can be done with a normal notepad or even your command prompt. So that is also possible. But why we are using Netbeans? See, Netbeans is a smart editor. Whenever I say smart editor, why we call it as a smart editor is that Netbeans has an option called suggestion box. So whenever you type a code, it automatically says you what kind of instructions might come next. So it gives you suggestion what is that you want to use. And also while typing itself, it will show you the errors. So if you type any error, it will show you the errors in the left side itself, so that it is very convenient to use Netbeans. And in market there is not only Netbeans, in market there is already available alternatives called as Eclipse, Komodo, all those things. Those are also smart editors. Those can also be used for Java development. So now let us get a brief introduction on Netbeans. So Netbeans is the screen now you are watching. It has three important frames or windows. The first is the left window, that is called as the project window. So whatever Java program you develop, all those project folders will be displayed in this particular window. So now let us create a new project. So it is very simple. Just right click your project window, go to new project and select Java application, and I will just give a brief another important information. Netbeans is not only for Java, it can be used for C, C++, HTML development, PHP development, Python, everything. So since I am using multiple programming language, I have installed multiple plugins. So if you want, you can install it. So coming back to a Java topic, so select Java application, and give a next button. Then you need to give a name for your project. So today I am going to give a new project called as Java Tutor. So this is the project name I am going to give, Java Tutor. So then just finish it. So Netbeans will automatically create the structure for you. So after it gets created, I will show you what is the structure of a project in Netbeans. Fine, now it's created. So now the left window is been having a project structure. So now let us have a small discussion on this particular project structure. So what is that we have? We have Java Tutor. So that is the project name which we have given on the dialog box. So after creating a project, it automatically creates a folder in your computer, and that folder is called as package in Java terms. So whatever you call it as folder in Windows, and those things are called as packages in your Java term. And inside that package, you will have a Java file named as same as your project. So this is the program structure. And now we will see what is JDK. So whenever I open library, here you will have a term called JDK. So JDK is nothing but it is a development kit which enables us to develop Java applications. So when you expand JDK, you can see all the classes available in your Java. So using these classes only, we are going to develop our Java application. So now let us create a small and simple Java program to start our actual tutorial session. So whenever you click your Java file, and your right window opens that particular Java file. So this is called as workspace window. So here is the one we are going to write all our code, work, everything. So that is why we call this particular space as workspace window. And below we have another window called as output window. So whenever you execute a Java program, all your output comes and displayed in this output window. So these are the very three important output windows. So we are going to start our programming session now. So whenever you start your Java program, first we need to say to that what is the package. So that means you need to say what is the folder your Java file is present. So Java Tutor is nothing but it is your folder in your Windows, but it is called as package in your Java. terms. So now let us see where this is being present. So workshop session. So here I have a folder called Java tutorial. Okay, this is my project folder. That is what you are seeing in this place, Java tutorial, the project folder, which is having an icon of coffee bean. Now let us get into this particular folder. Here I have my project. So here I have a folder called SRC. This is a very important folder. This is called as a source folder. Inside this folder only we are going to have all our Java files. So inside the source folder we have a Java tutor folder, and that is what we call it here as package. And inside this folder you will have your Java file, and that is what you are seeing here. So whenever you start a Java program, Java development, you need to first say the package name, in which folder it is currently present. So it is currently present in Java tutorial folder. So that is why it has started with package Java tutor. Then you need to give a name for your class. So any Java file is considered as a Java class. So you need to give a name for your class. So your name is also equal to your file name. So your file name and your class name are always the same. Then you need to always have a main function. So this main function is a continuous story from C++ programming, because one class file can have any number of functions in it. So when it is having any number of functions, you need to say to compiler specifically from where your execution is going to start. So that is why we always say you need to have at least one main function in your class file, so that your class file can be executed. If you are not having any class file, your class file cannot be executed. So you need a main function to execute your Java file. Only from your main function you will be able to start your execution. So that is what I have given, public static void main. But now what we are going to do is that we are give a simple print instruction to Java. I am going to say to Java, print a sentence. So now let us see how to give that instruction. System dot c. Whenever I am typing my instruction, it is giving me suggestion box, right? This is what makes Netbeans a smart editor. So you don't need to remember every command. So it automatically says after system you are going to have either of these three options. So what is that you want? It is just asking you. So I'm just going to select it and give a enter, so that comes on my. So using Netbeans or Eclipse, the development task is very easy. In Notepad also we can able to develop Java, but these options we will not be getting in that. So smart.dot. So this is what we are going to do. Now I am going to print welcome to MJIT Tutor. And now let us execute the program. So if you want to execute the program, it is very simple. Right click the workspace and you will have an option called run file. Click it. So once you click file, the program will start execution. And whenever you execute your first program on Netbeans, usually because it will be making it for the first time, so it might take a couple of seconds. After that, it will be very fast. This is how you are going to. So this is a simple print instruction using Java programming language. And now we are going to give another print instruction. Today is beautiful. This is my second print. Now let us see how it is. So I will just once again run my program. For now you are seeing welcome to MJIT Tutor. Today is beautiful. Everything is coming in the same line. But I have given two different instructions on different lines. But yet my print statement is coming on the same line. So now how to do it properly? So the option is that we have multiple options to do that. So we are going to see the first option. Instead of print, I can use print ln. Print ln means nothing but print Now let us execute the program. Then I will explain how we came into that particular result. But now it came into two different lines. Now what happens is that it just prints whatever given here as usual. Welcome to MJIT Tutor. And it will see there is another instruction called ln. I am not using print, I am using print ln. So what is the meaning of print ln? Means after printing the given statement, you need to give a new line. That is why after given print statement, it has went to the new line. So after going to the new line, it prints the another statement. So that is the difference between print ln and print. Print means it just prints. Print ln means after printing, it goes to the new line. That is the difference. Now let us have another way of getting into a new line. Instead of using ln here, there is another option, slash here. It's backward slash. So now let us see what happens. So it comes here, print option, welcome to MJIT Tutor. So it has printed the given statement. It goes to the next print statement. Here I have given backward slash n. So when it sees a backward slash, it finds, okay, I need to go for a new line. So backward slash is also used for new line purpose. So after seeing this new line, answer comes from tutor to new line, then it continues to print today is beautiful. And this slash n can be anywhere in your program, not only at the beginning. You can also use it at the end also. If you use at the end also, you will get the same output. It will print welcome to MJIT Tutor, then it will go to new line immediately, then it will start printing today is beautiful. And we'll also do the same example in another way. Slash n can be given at the beginning, at the end, and also if you want to give in between also you can use it. Anywhere it is possible. What happens? It prints welcome to MJIT Tutor. And since there is no print ln and slash n, it continues to print today is, and now it has a new line. So it goes to new line and the beautiful alone comes in the new line. This is how it works. So slash n can be used anywhere as you want. So this is how your print statement works in your Java. So now what we are going to see is that we are going to see a small addition programming in Java. So what is the addition programming? So addition programming comes under arithmetic section. So what are the things we have in arithmetic? We have addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. So we have all these four operations in arithmetic. So now we are going to have a small look into that. So we are not going to look into all the four operations, we are going to look into key operations. So first we are going to do an addition. So how to declare a variable in Java is very simple, same as your C program. So first you need to say data type, then variable name, then your value for the data type. So this is how we are going. So we need two variables to make arithmetic operation, so 10 and 5. So if you want to add it, you can add it as same as max notation, a plus b. Then there will be a result. To store the result, you need a third variable int. Now you need to print C variable. Now it is a very important area. How to print a variable in print statement. So now let us try some options. System dot out dot print C. So I have given my C. So now let us see what is happening. Run the file. We'll get only C. But actually what we want, 10 plus 5 equal to 15, we need 15. But it is printing C instead of 15. The reason is that in Java, whatever given inside double quotes, that will be printed as it is. That means Java is not even considering this C as a variable. It is considering this as a text. So that is why the C is automatically printed. So if you want Java to consider this as a variable, you have to give it outside your double quotes. Only then it will be considered as a variable. Now we have a error here. Now how to solve it? Now let us see how to solve this error. Now we have text to be printed. Then we have Fine, now let us see how to join them. So to join them, it is very simple. You need to use just your addition symbol here. So use addition symbol here, it will be printed as a join statement. Now just let us run the file. See, it has been printed. So plus can be used for arithmetic also. Plus can also be used as a concatenation operator in your print statement also. So this is how your addition program works. So not only this single variable printing, you can print all three variables also. Now let us consider a scenario. I need to print this particular statement. 10 plus 5 equal to 50. So now let us see how to print it. System.out.println. So first thing what I need to print 10. So where 10 is presented in A. So A plus double quotes. Plus is here standard text. So that is being given inside here. Double quotes. Once again concatenate with B because B is the one which is holding 5. Then concatenate with here normal text equal to. Then concatenate again to C. Now let us run. See, now you got 10 plus 5 plus 15. This 10 is coming from A, 5 from B, 15 from C, and this plus and equal to are from your standard text that is being given inside your double quotes. Fine, now let us get into another Java program. Fine. So now what we are going to do into Java, another Java program, is that we are going to look into division part because that is a very little interesting area. In arithmetic section, division alone holds a special place. Now let us see why it is so. So now let us create here another variable int x equal to 9, int y equal to 3. So now I am going to divide this particular numbers. So how I am going to divide in mathematics? So 9 divided by 2. I will get 2 answers. Whenever you do division, you will get 2 answers. Quotient you will get as 4 and remainder you will get as 1. So whenever you do any arithmetic operation, it can be either addition, subtraction, multiplication, you will get only one output for one operation. But in division alone, for one operation you will be getting 2 outputs. That is a specialty of division. One is called as quotient, another one is called as remainder. So now let us divide and see how we are getting. So int c equal to a forward slash b. This forward slash is considered as a division operator. So we have x and y, x divided by y. Now let us print and see what is being given in C. C equal to C. Now let us run this program. C is equal to 4. That means your output is quotient. So now you will have a doubt, then how I can get a remainder as output? Because we need to know remainder also because division is having 2 different outputs. So now we have one output, then we need to get the another output also, that is remainder. So now how to get the remainder? If you want to get the remainder, you need to change the operator from forward slash to percentage as modulo symbol. So whenever you use modulo symbol, you will get a remainder as output and that remainder will be stored on C. C1 is getting printed. So that is why division is very special. So if you use forward slash, you will get quotient as output. If you use percentage, you will get a remainder as output. Now what we are going to look into that, we are going to see another we are going to look into another example called as conditional state. So what is called conditional state? So conditional statement means is nothing but we are going to give an instruction to Java and also we are going to give an instruction to the Java. So what sort of instruction? I will give some set of conditions. Only when the condition is satisfied, you need to do the instruction. Otherwise, you don't do it. That is the concept of this particular scenario. Consider a situation where you are going to a hotel. You will go and order in your hotel saying that you need dosa. If you are not having any dosa, please give me some chapati. This is your order. So if you have dosa, that is called condition. And bring dosa or bring chapati, that is called instruction. So based on the condition, the hotel manager will give you the food. So that is what we are going to do it now also. Let us have a variable called as age, and I am going to store some value in it called age. So let us have this variable as age. Okay. So now I am going to find whether this particular person is a major or a minor. So when you call a person as a major, whenever the age is 18 or above 18, that is when you call it as a major. That means the ages must be above 17. You call them as major. Otherwise, you call them as minor. So that is what we are going to do now. So how to implement this condition? If is a keyword, and within this keyword you need to give a condition. If age is above 17, you need to call them as a major. Excuse me. So whenever age is above 17, you call them as a major. So what we are going to do, we are just going to print the state. The person is major. So now let us run the program and check how it is working. Fine, the person is a major. Why? Because age is 18. It will come to the condition 18 is greater than 17. This is what the condition. Definitely 18 is greater than 17. So this condition becomes true. So the if loop gets executed. It is not that you can have only one statement. You can have any statement, any number of instructions inside a loop. Major can go. Major can write. So I can have any number of instructions. So now let us change the instruction. Let us give it as 12. So now let us run the program. See, you are not getting the print statement. The reason is that if you come to the condition and check 12 greater than 17 or not. So obviously 12 is not greater than 17. So it becomes false. So once this condition is false, it does not execute the if loop. So this is what we call it as conditional statement. So this is how your conditional statement is being implemented in Java. So now coming back to our hotel scenario. So what is that we discussed? Whenever you have dosa, you bring me dosa. Otherwise, you bring me chapati. So here also you will have another option called as otherwise option or alternate option. And in syntax base we call it as else option. If the particular person is major, then what is that implies? It says that the particular person is a minor. Person is a minor. Now the program. See, the person is a minor. The reason is that age is 12, so it comes to a condition check 12 greater than 17 or not. Obviously, it is not greater than 17, so it becomes false. So when it is false, if loop cannot be executed. When if loop cannot be executed, the only option is that to execute the else part. So it comes to else part and it just prints the given statement here. Person is a minor. So this is how your conditional statements works in Java. Now what is that we are going to do is that now we are going to look into another concept in conditional statement. So now let us consider a statement, a hotel scenario which says that if you have dosa, bring me dosa. Dosa is not that, please check if that you have idli. If you have idli, just give me idli. Otherwise, you give chapati. So that means I am going to give two conditions to my manager. So let us see how to check two different conditions. So I am going to have another condition here. Else if is age is greater than 12. If age is greater than 12, I am going to print the person is a teen. It is a minor. So this is what I am going to say. So I am going to have my age as 13. Now let us see how it is being done. It is printing as teen. How? Let us check the reason. To check 13 greater than 17 or not. Obviously 13 is not greater than 17, so it becomes false. So this if loop cannot be executed. Then it come to the next else if part. Next else if part, we have another condition checking age is greater than 12 or not. Age is 13, so 13 is greater than 12 or not. Obviously 13 is greater than 12, so 13 is successful. So this particular statement has been printed and the else is not printed. So this is how you can have multiple conditions also. So according to if and if else logic, you can have one if loop at the beginning. You must have one if loop at the beginning, and it is optional. You can have else loop or not. You can have any number of else. So if and else can occur only once. If at the top and else at the bottom, and in between if and else we can have any number of else statements. It is a combination of many conditions. So this is how your conditional statements are implemented in your Java. So we have more interesting topics on conditional statements. So today I don't think we have time to discuss on that. So those parts will be discussed on coming sessions. So subscribe to our channel if you not have subscribed yet, so that you will have more deeper discussions on conditional statements. Now let us get into another important topic in Java called as looping statements. So what is called as looping statements? Looping statement means if you want to execute the same step again and again, that is where you use your looping statement. For example, if you want to print your name some 100 times, that is where you use your looping statements. So now let us look into looping statements. So I'll just erase this particular code. Now let us have a variable. A string variable which can store a text in it. So I'm going to have my name in here. So I am going to print my name for some 100 times. So first let us see how to print my name normally. My name is program. So my name is Ashok Raj. So fine, my name is printed. So but I want it to be printed 100 times. So one possible way is that you can copy the statement, you can print it some 100 times. But that is very tedious. Your length of code will become, you have to waste your time doing the same code again and again. So to avoid these situations, we have another logic called as looping statements. So now let us look into looping statement. So looping statement mainly has three flavors: while loop, do while loop, and for loop. So today we are going to look only into while loop, and for loop and do while loop will be discussing on some other videos. So now let us start our while loop implementation. This kind of repetitive task, you need to have a counter variable. This counter variable is very important because using this counter variable only your loop is going to be executed. So this counter variable is like a motor to a vehicle, because the motor is the one which is going to help your wheel to rotate. Likewise, your counter variable is the one which helps your loop to keep on repeating itself. So whenever you watch a cricket game, what the standing umpire or referee will be doing is that they will have a counter machine in their hand. So whenever a legal ball is being delivered, they will press the counter machine once. So whenever they keep on pressing, whenever they have a sixth press, it will give a beep sound. So that means it is indicating the referee to stop the delivery, so that delivery maximum count is being reached. The same way, counter variable will be keep on increasing 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Whenever it reaches 100, it informs the loop, okay, this is the time you need to stop executing. So that is the work of counter variable. So we need to declare a counter variable, counter equal to 1. And it is not that you need to name it as counter, you can name it as anything. But today I am naming it as counter so that you will be able to understand more relatively. That is why I am naming it as counter. Otherwise, you can name it as anything. Now, how to write a while loop? The keyword is while. Then you need to give a condition: counter less than 100. Now let us have only 5 times so that you can verify your output. So counter less than 5. Now what I am saying is that I am saying to my loop, if the counter is less than 5, you need to print this statement. Otherwise, you don't need to print. So my counter value is 1. Up till my counter value becomes 5, you need to keep on printing the printing the given instruction. So now let us do another operation. Counter equal to plus 1. So this is what we have. So why we have this particular instruction is that there must be some means to increase your counter. So what your referee is doing is, the referee is pressing some button on the counting device. So the same way, we do not have any button to press. That is why we are incrementing the counter using a addition instruction. So now let us run this loop and see how it is working. So when the program starts, it starts with a counter value 1. So 1 is less than 5. It will check the condition. Definitely 1 is less than 5. So it get into the while loop. It prints the print statement. Then it comes to the arithmetic operation where it adds 1 to the counter. So counter is already 1. So 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So your counter automatically becomes 2. So it goes to the while loop. 2 is less than 5 checks. So obviously 2 is less than 5. So it comes back. It prints the statement. Then 2 plus 1 counter becomes 3. So it checks 3 less than 5. It is true. It will print once again. Then counter becomes 3 plus 1 4. It will check once again. And so it goes on like that until the condition fails. So now let us check how it is working. So now my name has been printed. So how many times it is printed? 1, 2, 3, 4. But my requirement is that I need to print the name 5 times. But it is printed only 4 times. So now let us see why is that. So what is the condition we are given? Less than. So we will re-edit the program one more time from the middle. So now let us consider my counter value is 3. So 3 less than 5 or not, it will check. So it will come here and it will print my statement for the third time. Then it becomes the counter as 3 plus 1, it becomes 4. So it goes back to the condition 4 less than 5. It is obviously true. So it prints for the fourth time, that is the last time it has been printed. Then counter becomes 4 plus 1, 5. So it comes here 5 less than 5 will check. Definitely 5 is not less than 5 because 5 is equal to 5. So whenever you check 5 less than 5, it becomes false. So your while loop ends there. That is why it is being printed only 4 times. So now how to make it print for the 5th time? That is the question. So we have 2 different methods to do that. We are going to see both the methods now. The first method is that instead of 5, you can make it as 6. So that whenever it comes to the 5th time, if you check 5 less than 6 or not, definitely true. If you print it, counter becomes 5 plus 1, 6. 6 less than 6, it is false, so it will end. So in this method also, you can make your while loop work for the 5th time also. This is the first method. Now let us see the second method. So instead of 5, we can have instead of itself. Now let us see the 5th method, what it is saying. So if you want to have only 5 here, you need to change this operator a little bit. And that operator is called as less than or equal to operator. So now let us see how this operator works. So once it comes for the 4th time, 4 plus 1, it becomes 5. It goes to the condition again. 5 is less than or equal to 5. That is the condition we are checking now. 5 is less than or equal to 5. So what happens? It checks that either it can be less than 5 or equal to 5. So I am giving both the conditions together. So if 5 is not less than 5, 5 is at least equal to 5. So one of the conditions has been met. So that is why it comes for the 5th time and prints the name. Let us check it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it prints for the 5th. So this is how you can achieve your loops. So not only for 5 times, you can do it for any number of times. So just to have a verification, I have given a small number. If you want to give a larger number also, that is also possible. So it keeps on printing for 100 times. So since 100 we cannot keep the count, so that is why we made it for the 5. Now we have seen the conditional statement and the looping statement. So now we are going to look into some tutorial part, how these both loop can work together. So now let us consider a scenario. What is the scenario? I need to print given numbers. from 1 to 100. This is my condition. So now let us see how to print. So print start 1. That means I need to start from 1 and end at 100. So I have declared my range, my start and end range. Now let us do it. So I need to print numbers. That means I am going to do the operation, same operation again. So what I need to do, I need to have a while loop. While start is less than n, and I am going to increment start by 1, so that my start variable at least reaches the n statement once. Now I need to print the variable system.out.println. So I need to print my start again. So now let us see how it is printed. We will add equal to, so let us see how it is printing. So 1 to 100 it is big because of this while loop. But what is my requirement? I need to only print even numbers. So now let us see how to do that. So to do that, you need to have a if loop. You have to check each and every time whether that start is even or not. How to check? So before checking, we'll just have a small information about mathematics. So according to mathematics, which number is called even? A number which is perfectly divided by 2 is called even. That means if you're dividing a number by 2, if you get remainder as 0, then that number can be coined as even. So now it is dealing with the remainder. So what is the symbol you need to use for reminder? Percentage. So start percentage 2 is equal to 0. So this is the condition. So if this condition is met, then that is called even. So particular. Now let us execute the program again and check. See, now we are only getting the even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. So you can use your Java program with a combination of your looping statement as well as your conditional statement. Both can be used combinedly. Now let us do another program also. Now let us consider I need to print multiplication tables. Multiplication tables in the sense I need to print 1 into 2, 1 into 2 is equal to 1, 2 into 2 equal to 4, 3 into 2 equal to 6. Either I need to print some multiplication up to, let us consider this is the scenario. So this is what to print. Now let us how to achieve this particular scenario in Java. So that means I am going to print some multiplication table. So I am going to do a same option again and again. So obviously I am going to use while loop. So table. So what the table I need to print? 2. Start. Where I need to start? 1. Where I need to end? 20. Now let us write the scenario. While start is less than equal to end, we need to print the statement. So how first I need to print the number. So what is being incrementing? Start. So start into table equal to start into table. So this is what I need to print. So print statement can be a arithmetic operation also. So then we need to increment start by 1, start plus 1. So now let us run the program and check. See, you got the multiplication table. 1 into 2, 2 into 2, 3 into 2, 4 into 2, like that you get up till 20. So this is how it works. And another key information about looping is that it is not that you need to always increment the number by 1. You can also increment by 2 also. If you increment by 2, if you go in steps of 2, let's see that first. See 1, 3. Why? Because after 1 you are skipping 1 step. That means you are going by 2 steps. That means your 2 into 2 will be skipped. So it becomes 3 into 3, 5, 5, 7, 9, 11 like that. So based on a requirement, you need to decide how you need to increment. If you want each and every number, you need to increment by 2. If you have an idea about skipping one number by another, then you do by 2. If you want to skip 2 by 2, if you have 3 like that, you need to keep on increasing your counter based on that particular requirement. And there is another scenario also. It is not that you can always have a loop from lower end to higher end. See, why I call it as lower end to higher end is that here you can see start is starting from 1 and it is reaching the higher end 20. So these loops are incremental loop. So it increments from 1 to 20. Even it can be now converted to decremental loop. Now let us see what is called decremental loop. Decremental loop means whenever I want to print anything in reverse way, I need to print it on decremental loop. Now consider scenario, I need to print the same multiplication table, not from 1 to 20, I want to print from 20 to 1. So now let us see how to do that. So it is very simple. Instead of considering start, it is considering end. End is greater than or equal to start. So end is 20 and it is coming below 1. So that means I am going to reverse my loop. So instead of less than, I need to use greater than. And instead of incrementing your end statement, you need to decrement your end statement. End minus 1. So this is how you need to do. So start becomes end here also. Now let us see how it is working. Just wait a couple of seconds. I think my system got overloaded. So you see now multiplication table has been coming in reverse way. 20 into 2, 19, 18, 17, 16. So this is called as decremental loop. So your loops can work in incremental fashion as well as it can work on decremental fashion also. So everything is based on your final requirement. Now let us get into another part. So last part for today's session. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to see something called as scope of your variables. So scope means lifetime of your variables. So that is what today we are going to see. So what is called scope of variable? Scope of variable means how to declare a variable and how to use a variable. So why that is important is that people sometimes get confused whenever they use a large number of variables and multiple looping structures. So we are going to deal with that now. So now let us check how a variable's lifetime is being defined. So I will erase this particular program and I will start a new one. Now let us declare a variable called as a equal to 10. Now I have another variable, another if loop which says that a modulo 2. I am going to check whether a is even or not. Here I am declaring another variable b equal to 10. And I am also printing a is even. Then I am having another print statement. Value of a is equal to a, and also I am going to have another statement b. Value of b is equal to. So now if you see, we will get a error in b statement alone, saying it is not declared. So that's saying that it cannot find the symbol b. But obviously we know in line number 24 we have the b variable, but yet it is saying me b is not found. So why it is saying that particular error? The reason is that it is because of the scope of variable. Whenever you declare a variable, you need to understand that your variable will be available only after declaring. That is the first thing. You cannot use your a variable before declaring. So if you have this print statement before this declaration, there also you will get a error saying that it is not been found because it lifetime starts only after declaring. This is the first. So you need to use a variable only after. Now you have declared a variable. So whenever you declare a variable, you need to understand this lifetime will be available up till the main parenthesis. This is called the loop. You can see a yellow color marker here in line number 18 and line number 30. So A is being declared within this loop. So A can be used throughout this loop until the end of this particular parenthesis, that is on line number 30. This is in case of A. Now let us check with B. B is declared here. That means lifetime starts only after line number 23. But it ends on line number 25 itself. The reason is that the closest parenthesis of this one. That means your variable B will be available only inside the if. So that is why whenever we are using the B variable outside the if loop, it is saying it is not found. So a lifetime of a variable is present only within its parent parenthesis or parent loop. So B's parent is this particular parenthesis. A's parent is this particular parenthesis. So A can be used anywhere within this parenthesis after the declaration part. So A can be used here, A can be used within the loop, A can be used immediately after declaration, anywhere A can be used. But B cannot be used like that. B can be used only inside the if loop and after the declaration. So that is the second condition. Now let us see the third condition. So I have given a print statement B here. Here you will not getting any errors. Why? Because here B is available because the print statement is within the if loop. So B is perfectly available. Now let us get into third condition. I am going to remove this particular part. So now let us see what it says. See, now it is giving a new error. Let us see what is the error. Variable B might have not been initialized. So it is throwing an error saying that your B variable is not initialized. So whenever you declare a variable, you have two different parts in it. One is called as declaration, another one is called definition or initialization. So this part is called as declaration. That means you are declaring that you are going to have a variable called B. So you are declaring, but you have not provided any value for it. So without providing any value for a variable, you cannot use this particular value for variable. So how to give a value for it? We can also do like this. B equal to 10. This part is called as definition or initialization. So without this particular step, you cannot use a variable. So here you are having declaration and definition at the same line. So here you are having on two different lines. So you can declare a variable in the same line also. You can also do it on two different lines also. So this is the third condition. So it is not only sufficient to declare, you need to also define the variable with a value before using it. So this is the third condition. So this is how your Java variables work. So today what is it we have seen already? We have seen Java print statement, how print statements work, how variables are declared, how arithmetic operations are done, and we have seen introductions on conditional loops as well as on looping statements. Now we have also seen about scope of variable, how variables lifetime is working. So this is what we have covered today. So we have many more parts in Java. So if you want to avail any course on Java, please try to contact the given number at the video's footer, which is 90034197005. You can contact our team so that our team will be able to explain you on all courses available on Java. So not only Java, we have courses on Python, C, C++, PHP, web designing, HTML parts, React.js, Node.js also we have. So if you are able to reach this number via call or WhatsApp, our team will be able to explain you the available courses. So you might take any courses as you wish, or based on your requirement, you can avail your courses anytime. And if you want to participate in more awareness programs, so we suggest you to please subscribe to our channel. So once you are subscribed to our channel, you have a bell icon. Please press that bell icon So every week we'll be organizing a program on various languages. So you can also browse our previous videos also. We have conducted many awareness programs and tutorial sessions on Java, PHP, Python, Perl, Ansible and other IT topics. So you can watch those videos also. And if you want to have an alert on our future programs, please subscribe and press the bell icon. So thank you for today and thank you everyone for joining our session. So try to contact the given number below and try to avail your courses. Thank you. And if you like the video, please share with your friends so they might also find this as helpful for them. And subscribe to our channel once again. Thank you. Thank you everyone.